Well, this has been quite the bowling performance by Gujarat, the Chinnaswamy, and a batting performance by Bangalore, which I don't know if they really want to look back at too much. But we will, because we look at everything. This is Voltas FreshAir Coolers presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Bhattacharjya and Lisa Sthalekar, telling ya that it's 170 for Gujarat to win at the Chinnaswamy. That's right, it's the Chinnaswamy. And this is what Bangalore did. Liam Livingston, or Liam living 7 lives, as I like to call him, got to 54. He tried to get out a few times, to be honest, but Gujarat wouldn't have it. Yeah. They were like, no, we like you, keep on batting. He doesn't dictate the chances he gets, but he's got to use them, and he did.
No, I think it's a good recovery. 64 in the last 5, and given the circumstances, given that they were 4 down almost by 46, 42,
42 for 4, 38 for 3 in the power play.
Yeah, so, if you look at that, it's a respectable, reasonable score. But if you look at that ground, this ground is a kind of ground where you can score that runs like that. You can recover.
Yeah.
It is a ground. So they could have still reached 175, 180 had they batted with a little bit more, I think, understanding ones that got settled. Ones that weathered the early storm. They'd got a 35-40 run partnership. There was an opportunity. I think right now, Gujarat will still be happy that 170 is, at the start of the game, somebody told them 170 is a total. They would have taken it.
That is true. In the last 5 or 6 overs, they have managed to get a few runs, especially of Rashid Khan. But we'll come to that in a second, because you can't get to the end till you talk about the beginning. And what a beginning it was for Gujarat, Lisa. They're quick bowlers, and they used only quick bowlers in the first 10, all Indian quick bowlers, under the guidance of an Indian quick bowling coach. Geez, that was a dream first 10 overs for them.
Yeah, very clever in what they did. Firstly, they realised that there was pace and bounce, and the length that they were all operating on was exactly what needed to be done.
Yeah.
So let's not change it. Let's not come up with a different plan and go to Rashid Khan in over 7, which is normally the case. Let's stick with our fast bowling men, and let's keep banging it in at a length.
Yeah.
That top of the off stump and back of a length was perfect.
Yeah.
Because these guys are also tall, but it's not short enough to pull, and it's that uncomfortable length. I can't really get on the front foot and bang you down the ground. So I thought it was really clever bowling and adjusting, and this is Shubman Gill, coaching staff, adjusting to go, oh, look, I've seen what's happened in the first few overs. Let's just keep going with this plan.
Yeah, the thing is, you can make as many plans as you want. Your bowlers have to be good enough to execute them, and today they were, all 4 of them.
Well, absolutely, and led by Siraj, because I think what Siraj did up front, the way he bowled, it was absolutely fantastic. Just look at this power play situation. All those 23 balls at length for only 13 runs. Moment the pitch comes, they come to a good length, they're going at more than 2 a ball. Okay, so basically they've kept it at that short length, and just as Lisa said, they're just not a comfortable length to bat on, especially because the bowlers were bowling at that 140 plus, 144, 145, flying past the bat. They just could not get onto that front foot and force them forward.
Yeah.
So what happened? Even Virat got out trying to, because the ball was just not, it was not short enough.
Yeah.
And it was that uncomfortable middle area which you sort of tend to hit in the air.
Yeah.
Can I just comment on the graphics?
Sure.
Things must be going really well for Cricbuzz, because that's a great graphic. Well, it's the first time I've seen the little pitch map.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? We got the guys at Ghibli to make it for us.
Oh, excellent. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
That's why I was in Japan. Just before the app. It was tying up the loose ends of the
Good,
deal.
excellent. Thank you.
So,
well done for you. Taking one for the team.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
A few yen here and there between friends. It's no problem. But yeah, these guys, I think they did fantastically. And then the spinners came into play. And here's the thing, right? When you look at that bowling analysis, it's very rare that you see they've gone for 169. Rashid's gone for 54 out of that, right? Now, let's just take that aside for a second and look at the great bowling performance of everybody else. I want to bring into focus Mohammed Siraj. Let's start one by one. 14 dots, 4 overs, 19 runs, 3 wickets. Geez, he'd be like, it's not even my birthday, but thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way he bowled, again, this is a pitch he knows, this is the conditions he knows.
Yeah.
But you have to take advantage of it. And I think, what Lisa was saying at the start, bowling with heart, he ran in and he gave it, And I think that kind of pace nobody likes space up front. I mean, 144, 145, nobody likes it up front if you can keep it in the right areas. And there was relentless pressure from both ends. And I think that's what happened. The moment you have pressure coming in from both ends, because Rajat Khan bowled well, they got Virat, which would have really made them enthusiastic. So you had all the people, and even Ishant comes in and takes a wicket, a very big wicket, straight up front.
Correct.
So what happens is he takes Patidar. So everyone is contributing, everyone's getting wickets. The pressure is relentless. And pressure at both ends always yields results. And I think that's what you see here.
The other thing is, I don't know if you saw a celebration of Mohammed Siraj the first week. He was like, I know this ground. I belong here.
Yeah,
true, very true.
Maybe you guys should have retained me, maybe you should have put the paddle up, But it's like, I know how to play on this pitch. I know how to take wickets.
Yeah.
I like that. He feels like he's fighting against a lot of people, and he's coming out and proving a lot of people wrong at the moment. At the moment, it's early on in the tournament.
Yeah, but you want to do it. There's some places, I always say that some grounds mean more than others. Some wickets mean more than others. And some teams to you mean more than others. And for him to go up against this team and show what he's made of, like Lisa's saying, and the fact that they didn't even put in one bid for him in the auction, you can tell that there is a bit of redemption in there somewhere for him.
Yeah. As we go back again, point to prove.
Yeah.
Once you have a point to prove, and the way he ran in, it was a very, very special effort. Even at the end when he came in, I mean, both this 3 over spell up front, and again they kept him for 3 overs because they knew that he's taking wickets, he's looking penetrative, he's doing all the right things out there. They kept him on. And had, they held on to all their chances, even this 170 might have been,
Yeah, we will talk about this after the game ends because we'll know what the exact implication of it has been. But we have to talk about it, just touch on it a bit right now. Their bowling was fantastic, and the bowlers will look at the fielders and say, some help, guys?
Yeah.
Some help, just a little bit.
Any chance, really? Like, I've never seen Buttler miss something so simple as the Phil Salt caught behind. Like, went straight to him, and you could see the slow-mo replay of Shubman Gill. He's like, whoa, and he's like, what? Oh, sorry, what? And then
the stumping.
The stumping. Look, it is hard because you literally had, was it Liam Livingstone?
Yes, on 9.
Yeah, he's literally kind of trying to get outside the line of off stump. So as a keeper, you're there going, what am I going to do? How am I going to actually watch the bowler? So it's not an easy task, but the Phil Salt one... You'll maybe
forgive him that one.
For that one, but the Phil Salt one, I was just perplexed.
Yep. The other great reaction was Rahul Tewatia's relief when he caught it the second time.
But that was Jitesh. He caught Jitesh out, but we had dropped Livingston.
Yeah, he dropped, but at least he caught a catch because the next time it went up, everyone's looking at him and his heart must have been thumping out there. He's like, I can't do it too.
He's like, my ledger's balanced. It doesn't matter if that guy goes on to score a 50. My ledger's balanced because I've caught that catch.
I've caught the second one coming to me.
Yeah, there was one where there was confusion between Shahrukh running in, which was surely looked like his catch, and Sai Kishore. So that was towards the end.
Then Sai Kishore came in too early and the ball went over his head.
So I think that the fielding coach, there will be words will be had.
And the bowling coach will be looking at the fielding coach like that. Do your job, son, I've done mine.
I just want to bring it just for a quick second to Prasidh Krishna. Bowled his 3 overs for 10. And when you look at his figures, you go, well, he's gone just over a run a ball, but he went for 16 in the last over. And that'll happen because people will swing for the fences. And there was a missed catch there as well because Sai Kishore came in.
Yeah.
Right? I think that was in the last over?
No.
That was the previous over.
Yeah.
But there was a miss hit.
Tim David got a bottom edge and flew for the bounce, which happens at the end.
So you leave that aside, but he's brilliant.
But again, we were talking about the fact that he, in the previous games, was coming in at the back end, like 10 plus overs, whereas this time, no, let's bowl him up front straight away. So I like that he's been able to adjust. I think he's figured out what line, what length to bowl. Hopefully that roughly stays the same, and he's been able to execute really well.
Yeah, and Sai Kishore again was fantastic today. I mean, he's just been great in all these games, and today as well, he's just kind of tying them up in knots.
Absolutely, and that's a contrast that you see. I mean, Rashid is your go-to spinner, has been your go-to spinner for the longest time. And Sai Kishore actually bowled beautifully. I mean, when Rashid goes for 54, Sai Kishore went for 22. And I think one of the great things he was doing was, one is the use of the pitch. Okay, so he came in really wide of the crease, used the crease very wide, came in there, and the angle he's bowling at, what's happening is that if you miss it, it hits your pad, but you're always worried it's going to straighten on you.
Yeah.
So you don't know what line to play because you're not sure whether if you play into him, it could go past your bat. So he was very clever of the way he used his crease. He was really smart about it, and it's a difficult act to follow because the batters must have heaved a sigh of relief. Okay, these Prasidh Krishnas and these Sirajes are over. Finally we got some spin to go after, and he just bowled fantastic.
Yeah, with Bangalore, remember when you're playing against Bangalore and you look at that batting lineup, you're like, oh man, there's a lot of firepower there. Can I get Phil Salt early? Maybe I can get Salt and Kohli early. And then you end up getting 3 in the power play, and then you get the top 4 out for 42. That's Christmas came early, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you could see that Liam Livingstone, even after the second time out, I think that the very next over, I think it was Sai Kishore that bowled. He was just, okay, I've got to defend. It was almost like, this guy's bowling really well. I've got to play him out. Let's target some others. So the conversation was like, how deep can we take it? We've got to really pull the string when we think it's an appropriate time. Otherwise, we're going to be bowled out for 140.
Yeah.
And we're definitely not going to win the game. So I like the fact that they had to kind of think. Yes, he played with a few cats along the way with his 9 lives. But they managed to, and him and Tim David kind of put together a little partnership to be able to get them to that
170. Yeah,
169. Yeah, 169. Jitesh got a few runs as well. So it was Livingston, Jitesh and Tim David who've taken them to this kind of somewhat hint of respectability because they were looking at folding for less than 150 at one point in time. It looked like that, but Tim David is once again showing his worth right at the back end of the innings. Played 18 balls and hit 32. Jitesh Sharma was pretty good as well. And Liam Livingstone reminded me a little bit of some of us on the dance floor, like all limbs. The bat flew out at one point in time. The bat went here. His head was falling on the other side. There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on. Also, but the point is, he's such a powerful hitter. He's so big that even there's one which was a miss hit and it just flew out. Because, and that ability that he has, that power that he has, and especially on a ground as small as this, and that's what happened. I mean, he really... How many times do you see a 50 being scored with the batsman not looking comfortable for a single ball? The entire innings he's looking as if he's searching for the ball. He's miss-hitting when he's 45. And he somehow got there, but he never looked comfortable to me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what's important is that he got those runs. So you call them crude but effective, right? He's got those runs. Now, they've defended this, I think, something lower than this once.
Okay.
And all RCB fans will remember that because it was against Chennai, right? And you know that each other's fans don't forget. They won by 1 run. It was 161 game, I think, in 2019, and CSK got 160.
Everyone's there going, let's go back to the time.
That's the one. We won here.
Can they do it, honestly, with this kind of... There was no impact subs there. Long batting lineup.
So I think, look, if you look at this Gujarat Titans team, I mean, there's one obvious weakness. That one obvious weakness is batters 4 to 7.
Yeah, fair enough. Their 1 to 3 is brilliant. So is RCB looking at that? RCB is saying, let's get 1 to 3. They got ours, we can get theirs.
Yeah. So if you look at that, obviously Glenn Phillips will walk in, or either Glenn Phillips or Shafin will walk in. But that Tewayatia, Arshad Khan, though Arshad Khan actually scored a lot of runs last year. He had this absolutely fantastic for LSG. He scored 58 batting at 9.
Yeah.
But this is not a batting lineup. The middle order is not giving you any confidence.
Fair enough. It is a 1 to 3 game, right? Joy, it's a great point because they're also playing one batter shot actually when you look at it.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you think of, well, what did the fast bowlers of Gujarat do? Why can't Josh Hazlewood do the same thing?
Hazlewood and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, one of the most successful bowlers in the IPL.
Two experienced campaigners who understand their craft and regardless of age have been able, and even, I go to Josh Hazlewood, before that time at Chennai, everyone was thinking he's not a T20 bowler, he's a test line and length, I'll just keep putting it on a dime. But he showed when he came to Chennai, I can play T20 cricket, and he's just carried on with that. So, if they can get the top order out early, similar to RCB, then it's absolutely game on.
Yeah, because if you look at the comparative batting lineups, Tim David's coming in at 8 here.
Great point.
Shah Rukh Khan's coming in at 6 there. So there's something
same player.
4. He's been coming in at 4 in the previous few games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. It is, Gujarat has gone bowling heavy today, and the bowling has actually delivered. The batting team, the bowling team can come back into the dugout and say, wait a second, we've got RCB in Chinnaswamy for 169. We can't make life any easier for you
go do your
batters."
jobs now. Go do your jobs.
Yeah, go do your job. Right? So, can they do it? Well, it's a lot dependent on the captain, Shubman Gill, on Sai Kishore, on Joss Buttler. So, there you go. Yeah, that's what the story is. 170 for Gujarat to get 2 points. And for RCB, if they can make it 3 for 3, they'll, of course, be very happy and sitting very firmly on top of the table. Can they do it? Well, let's see how that goes. But first, our power play score guesses, because nobody got it right. We didn't think there'd be 170. So nobody got that right. I've got 59 for myself.
53.
53.
I had 57, so I'll stay with that.
That's great.
Okay.
Could be an all 3 again. Three amigos like yesterday. Could all 3 get our score guesses correct. All right. We'll talk about that and much more when we come on Cricbuzz Combox at the end of the 10th over. So do join us then. You were watching Voltas FreshAir Coolers presents Cricbuzz Live. Thank you for watching. Dinner time for us. Goodbye. Love.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
जंक्शन